Yes, you read the title of this video correctly. We're making potatoes boiled with 1 cup of salt today. This recipe is literally just potatoes boiled in salt water. And I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you don't taste the 1 cup of salt. The salt kind of creates this beautiful crust around the potatoes and it makes them super creamy and delicious inside and then kind of crisp and salty on the outside. They are honestly amazing. Instant Pot salt potatoes are a huge summer cultural staple and they come from Syracuse, New York. So let's get started making them. Start out with about 2.5 pounds of these little baby potatoes. These are the medley that I use from Costco. They're just called Delectable Delights Gourmet Fresh Medley Idaho potatoes. And they're red and gold color. They're, you see, about the size of like a little mochi ice cream. And so what I do is I just put them straight into a steamer basket and then I'm going to give these a rinse. You can use as many potatoes as you are wanting to eat. I always just take off any little pieces like that. And of course, make sure that there aren't any potatoes that are molding or soft or damaged in any way. Now that the potatoes are rinsed, we are going to just place the whole steamer basket inside of the Instant Pot liner. If you don't have one of these steamer baskets, that's totally fine. What you can do is just pour them directly into the Instant Pot liner. You'll just have to strain them when they're done cooking. Now I know this part sounds crazy, but next we are going to add 1 cup of table salt. I always use the red mineral salt, but you can also use just the cheapest salt that you can find. Now dump the entire cup of salt over the potatoes. I know it sounds crazy, but I promise they do not absorb all this salt. The salt just makes an incredible crust around the potatoes and it makes them so good. Next, add enough water to cover the potatoes. You want them completely submerged in the salt water. Now, I just like to kind of mix them around to help dissolve the salt. Okay, now we're ready to cook our potatoes. Now we're going to put the lid on our salt potatoes, ensure that the sealing pin is in the sealed position, and then pressure cook for 5 minutes on high pressure with a 10-minute natural pressure release. So while the potatoes are cooking, I want to share with you kind of the story behind the salt potatoes. So back in the day, Irish salt miners would come to work in Syracuse, New York, upstate New York, and they would bring a small bag of these little baby potatoes and they would just boil them right there straight in the salt mines. And that is how salt potatoes were created. Today we're using the Instant Pot because it makes it so easy and quick, and I promise you these are the easiest summer side dish ever because you just boil them, you don't have to mash them, add any extra ingredients, just a little bit of salt and butter at the end. It's so good for a summer potluck. Our potatoes are actually done over here, so let's go get them out and I'll show you how to serve them. The salt potatoes are done now, so we're going to remove the lid. The water will still probably be a little bubbly, but you can see already that the potatoes are a little bit wrinkly on the outside. That's exactly what you want. Now what I like to do is just take out the whole basket like this, or you can go and drain them in the sink. Now this is what they'll look when they are completely done. They'll have kind of a little wrinkly skin and they are so tender on the inside, a little waxy feeling on the outside, and they are so amazing. So what I like to do is add a little bit of melted butter right over the top. I like to serve with a little extra butter on top. Just a little sprinkling of some salt because the salt does not get absorbed into the potatoes. You still want a little bit of extra fresh salt, and then a little bit of fresh parsley that I'm just chopping right on top of the potatoes. There you have it. Our salt potatoes are done. Look how delicious they look. Now, can you see why this would be such an easy side dish to bring to a barbecue, potluck? Because you just boil the potatoes and then you take them like this. It's so easy. I've got a little hot potato here. It has got some butter, some salt.
Yum.
So when you bite into a salt potato, it's kind of a pop of the skin right when you eat it. It's a little salty, and then the inside is the creamiest, like fluffiest potato ever. This isn't like a baked potato. It's not hard. It's so fluffy on the inside. It is so good. I know you and your family and loved ones are going to enjoy this all summer long, and it's going to be a go-to side dish. You can get the recipe on my website, trytestedandtrue.com, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.